about the mind, the truth, what is life, and how life can bring or come together in terms of how we look at it, the perspective that we bring to the life. So we spoke about how mind reacts, how we do it. Today we'll talk about life, the tyranny of life, life under tyranny. What does it mean, right? What are the three questions? We have been asking these questions. Who am I, right? What is love? What is real? So under these questions, it is an important, very, very important topic that we're going to cover today is what is truth? There is only one and only one truth. That truth is energy. Energy is the force that creates and sustains the universe. Energy is the force that creates and sustains the universe as it stands. We always use different types of words for truth, right? Life is nothing but truth. Intent, whatever the intention that you're trying to manifest, is coming out of the truth. The love, the passion, the doing attitude, can do, right? Anything that is coming out of this mind, it's actually starting in that unseen state. They are all different points of the same thing coming at different times. That's why when we say there is only one truth, energy, life itself is that one truth. So energy is life. And what is matter then? If energy is life, then what is matter? The physical matter, what I'm going through. It's that energy is what is getting as a shadow, as a copy. Matter is a copy of your life. Because what you are creating in your beautiful mind, in your emotional feelings, in your actions, is what is coming as matter. So it is a copy of truth. The truth is within you. Your life, what you are seeing outside, is a copy of that which is matter. So the mind is reflection of the truth. And like, we talked about this painting being done on the background of a paint wall or a particular painting chart or something like that. It will offer many clues to you as a painter. As a truth seeker, it offers many things. What you are thinking, where these are coming from, and what you are becoming at the end of it. This painter, as you, who is actually connecting these two things together. Everybody thinks that, my life is because of my destiny. It may very well be so. That body may be destined to do certain things, but it is our will that is also accepting that destiny. So what is powerful? Will is more powerful than destiny. But why am I not able to franchise or exercise my will? Because I don't have the power, nor the knowledge, nor the energy needed to be able to do that shift within. The shift is not outside, the shift is within. Our impressions of realities are changing constantly. Is there anyone here who can say that, oh, my impressions or my feel of the day is same throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year? Every second, every minute, it changes. It changes significantly. In that sense, if you really look at it, there is no solid ground within under which you are taking. Everything is flowing. Everything is flowing. The reality, what you're imagining, is changing moment after moment. The reality, what you perceived a minute ago or what you experienced a minute ago, is no longer the reality in this very second. What you were expecting when you joined the session, some of you may be thinking that, okay, we may be doing meditation, and then we did meditation. Some of you may be thinking, oh, maybe we'll be doing a topic. I try to shift between topic and meditation just to make sure that I'm not creating a routine or a pattern to mind. That way mind is getting used to certain things, and then it becomes a mechanical. Every time it has to be a surprise. It's a fresh thing. It's a new thing. Right? It is every time you're trying to stop, every time you're trying to look at it, every time you're trying to perceive or experience it, the reality is shifting. Reality is changing, because reality is not fixed. You are trying to fix it. Right? We are trying to fix it. We are trying to say that day after day, my life has to be like this, A, B, C, D. But it doesn't happen that way. The impressions keep changing. You like to feel you're always safe, knowing that the world is what we think it is. But the truth is, your impressions are changing. Everything is shifting. Everything is transforming. Everything what you notice is changing, is evolving, right? Is progressing. So when your main character is shifting constantly, when you as your character is shifting constantly, then your reality has to shift as well. There has to be no question that if your mind is shifting, your thoughts are drifting, your emotions are shifting, or emotions are taking more, formal shape, you should know your actions will follow, and eventually that becomes your reality. But I do not understand about thinking, I do not understand about talking, I do not understand about feeling or being, then you should understand, because that is the most important aspect of you as a life. That means if you're saying that I don't know about any of these, then you're saying that I don't know about my life. I don't know about my body, I don't know about my mind, then why are you here? We are as equal to as animals. You have been given intelligence to know who you are, why you are here, what you are here to do, what is your purpose, right? There is a beautiful proverb out there, right? Thinking is the act of talking to yourselves, to our own selves. Thinking is an act of talking to our own selves. You are talking, when you are talking to your own self, that is thinking, right? So the main character, whatever it is, right? When you are started learning at a toddler age, you have started to speak, you have started to think, you have started to act, you have started to do things, at your own pace, at your own way, at your own speed, right? That is when the life has come in play for you. The energy started to transform for you. Until that time, you are in an infancy state. You are only in the bed, either eating or sleeping. But the moment it all came together is when you have in the toddler state, where you have started to move things around, right? The me factor has started in the kindergarten. Learning to interact with other me's, as always. And this me went to school, went to college, went to, whatever, work, right? Got married. This me is now a parent. And can this me as a parent remember the me who was single, who was in kindergarten? You hardly can remember, because that personality, that impression, and that reality has long gone. The person who you think you were chasing in the previous years, or the accumulated experiences, or the processing that you have done over a period of time, that is not what you are today. You may have acted selfishly, you may have acted generously, you may have acted different characters you may have played, but right now in this very moment you are nobody. In some cases we are responsible, in some cases we are duty bound, in some cases we are reckless, in some cases we are caretakers, in some cases we are unstable, unreliable, totally out of control. right? And in some cases, your character itself was not in place. You were totally somebody else. So what happens when you start to bring all these perspectives together is the truth within you is not changing. The truth that perceives you as you is changing, right? When we say truth, the truth, absolute truth is only one. That's the energy. No matter what you see, where you are, it is you are energy. You are the embodiment of that energy. I don't agree with it. I see the matter. The physicality of it is only an image of that absolute truth. So your mind is that image of the truth. So what is happening? Every human starts to see the life or the reality in a very different way. Some can see it in a very, very, very different way. Some can see it in a very natural way. How does this happen? How does this transform? This transforms in multiple ways. Did I lose you all? I think I lost. Can you hear me? I think I lost the connection now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, you're clear now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I think something happened. The Wi-Fi got disconnected, or I couldn't hear. I was only able to hear myself talking. Sorry
Yes,
for
but for a minute you were offline.
it. Was offline. Okay, maybe that's what happened. Okay. So you didn't hear anything what I said, though, right? Did you?
I mean, not in last 30, 40 seconds, but before that we were hearing you.
Okay. Okay. So I was talking about reality, right? So reality changes with our changing circumstances. That's what we are talking about, right? When my circumstances are changing, my reality is changing. My reality is shifting. My reality is moving. My reality looks differently according to where I am right now, where I am sitting, where I am walking, where I am looking, where I am thinking, all that is my reality. If we take one step in any direction, your view of the world changes. If I start to look at it from south angle, I see it differently. When I go into the north angle, you may probably see totally different view of it, right? Like the way when your reality is shifting, what we are trying to do is, we, instead of trying to understand why this reality is shifting, where that shift is coming from, we are just getting carried away with that reality. That's the pity aspect of life, right? Why is that I need to know, or I need to have the knowledge? Why is that an important thing? What happens if I don't have knowledge? If you don't have a reason to be here, if you don't know why you are here, then what happens? Your mind will play the tricks and it will take you through the journey. Because your mind is like, imagine in Shankaracharya, in one of the Viveka Chudamani, right? In one of the Vedantic scripts, he talks about this concept of mind in comparison to a ball. Like the way you throw a ball on a ground, the way the ball goes around and down and down and down and down, if your mind does not have an object, then what happens? Your mind goes around, and you won't be able to control it. If you are giving an object that it understands, then it plays with it. Even that is a bad thing. So what do you need? It needs an object where it is struck with it. So in a beautiful way, he kind of compares, again, as that ball that goes around, your mind also wanders with an object all the time, shifting from one thing to other, one thing to other, one thing to other, ever, never stopping. Because of that, the life that you are seeing is always in that state of misery, in the state of worries. I'm always the victim, right? We talked about it in the 2 sessions back. Why do we say victims? Right? We do everything. We sacrifice everything. Right? We have comforts in every aspect. When you look at somebody who is walking with the 2 legs, or a person who has full 2 legs, right? 2 legs, 2 hands, and is able to do things, and you go and look at a handicapped person, then you will start to realize the importance of what you are carrying. Until that time, you don't see that. In a similar way, what happens is we raise children, we go through a lot of pain to do our own things, we get into life, we are running this life, we are coming from a different country, we are settling here, we have done so much out of our own will, we brought the careers together, and we are living comfortably, but yet I still continue to struggle inside that some things are not right. Why is that tragedy coming my way? Why is that sorrow? Why is that misery? Why is that worry is always carried within me? Even though I have my loved ones with me, I have my family, I have everything, what I need. Materially, whatever you need, you have it. But yet, why you are not happy? Why you are not peaceful? If we are able to ask these questions, then we will quickly start to realize that external objects, whatsoever it may be, will only lead to suffering, period. And this is what Shankara is talking about when he says mind needs an object like a ball. What happens is, if that object cannot sustain it, if you are putting that object against the truth, what happens is mind has no way other than to surrender to that truth, because truth is beyond the mind. In process of holding on to the truth, the mind will dissolve on its own. That's the reality there, right? But what happens is, we don't surrender it to the truth. We give that object the material or worldly pleasure. So what happens? Mind starts, like the way ball bounces when you put it down from one place to another. It is impossible to know where the ball is going to be. Similarly, it is next to impossible for you to know where your mind is going to be if the shift of the reality happens from this moment to the next moment. And how am I living? I have been living like this for lifetimes now. Not just this life, lifetimes. What is the law of life? Create, and you never stop creating. Transformation is life's characteristic. The most important characteristic of life is transformation. Does life has me? It has no me. Because life is energy. Energy is life. The energy never feels victimized. We have to understand this point very, very carefully. When we say energy is life, that's the truth. Truth never victimizes itself. Truth never blames anybody. There is nobody for truth. Truth never judges. Truth never makes judgments or makes things look like yes, no, good, bad. There is nothing in the truth. The truth is only one. The shadow of the truth, where the mind is dwelling, is the one that is creating all this drama for me. And I'm not able to understand why this drama is happening, and I am falling for this drama. And that's why my life is always not full. I will never feel fullness, right? I will never feel that, yes, I have done it. Even the person who is saying that I am doing this particular sadhana, I am doing this particular practice, right, is not ready to ask the very question, who is the one that's practicing? Have you ever asked the question to yourself that who is the one that is saying that I need to sit for meditation? Who is the one asking that very question that, okay, what happens in this meditation? After that, okay, I have done meditation. All this is that I factor, which is not the truth. It has nothing to do with truth. As long as you carry this untruth eye, you continue to start to look at yourself as, I am doing this, I am getting this, I am going there, I am being here. This drama is eternal. It will not go away. Life after life, body after body, mind after mind, image after image, you carry again and again, again and again. The impressions will coming back, and eventually will drag you to a place of misery, to the world of misery, which is where we are now. Why am I life? Even though I have everything, but yet I feel that I have nothing. Why is that? In our childhoods, when we were there with the family, some of us came from very poverty. Some of us came from middle level. Some of us came from very rich families, right? Everybody has got their own karmic lifestyles that we have spent, and that reality is long gone. And here we are having everything. We have cars to spare. You have a beautiful homes, to stay in. Big homes, not small homes, big homes. That's a big dream in India. We have that, Each of us have got good jobs, right? Financially, we are well-do. Kids are well settled. Either they are getting ready to get settled or we are well settled. Lifestyle is beautiful. The material lifestyle is beautiful. Tell me there is one thing that is not working. Everything that you have aspired when you were in your adolescence, early part of your adolescence, or later teenagers, you are enjoying all of that right in this moment. But yet, neither peace nor happiness is with us. The sorrow never leaves us. This world is a maze, right? The rules are meant to be broken. But yet here we are, we always say the rules are meant to be followed. The worldly rules are meant to be followed. The divinely rules are meant to be broken. You have to go beyond the state of your body, mind, for you to know the real truth. That's the only way. And the truth is within you. It is not outside. Lot of times, when I sit for, some classes, and when we go visit satsangs in some other places and all, this fundamental question comes that, okay, I'm worshipping so-and-so God. God is truth, right? Why am I doing this? Even in the recent time, there was this question, why should I not worship God? Because God himself said that I am not there. God never said that you can find me outside. God said the path to get to me may be outside, but where am I? I am inside. I am within you. The real God, what you are seeing outside in a frame of a photo or in some temple, is not the real God. He is the representation. He's only a symbolic representation of that reality or that truth that you are trying to perceive. But what happens is, when you go there, your mind is so focused and attentive to the material objects that you gave that object of Rama or Krishna, and then it is stuck with it. The question is that the truth? It is not the truth. What is the truth? That is a relative truth. Relative truth is something that changes. The name Rama or name Krishna are there 5,000 years back. They are not there today. But yet I am worshipping them. Why am I worshipping them? Because my mind felt that the kind of lifestyle that they have led and the kind of work they have done, and when they have realized the truth and become enlightened, and we are taking that as an example, and we are saying that, okay, this very Murti here, Krishna or Rama, if we follow them, we can become that. But the very scriptures that have said that follow the God, they said you can follow the Rama's principles, but you cannot follow the Krishna's principles. Because Krishna never came as somebody and became somebody. Krishna always was Paramatman. Right? He always announced himself as, I am the one. He's not the one to become one. He is already one. He came as that one, the divine oneness, right? So what happens is, my mind creates this shift. in the material world, and I get stuck to that object. When I get stuck to that object is playing me, right? So long as I start to realize that this object is the reason why I'm stuck here, you will continue to play that, either this lifetime or the next lifetime. These rules, you have to break the rules. The only way to break the rules is to get there. You got to get there. You got to go there. Where do I have to go? You have to go to the bottom of that reality. Where is that reality coming from? Where is this mirror of my life coming from? Where is that started? Where is this source of my I? Me as a main character. Where is that coming from? When we start to go inside and ask these very questions, now you are taking yourself into a deeper level where your reality will start to shift towards your thought process. That doesn't mean that you are enlightened. It means you are more aware. You know, every moment passes so quickly because you have learned to reconstruct yourself automatically. Everything. Look at it. Any example you take in your life, you want to go buy groceries. It just happens naturally. I mean, you have automated it so well that you know exactly at which store you have to go, at what aisle you have to be in, at what left, right, center. You know exactly where the location of those items are. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are done. You come out. That's it. You open your eyes and you are home. Or you're in a hotel, or or wherever you are trying to, in a restaurant or whatever you are doing, right? You can perfectly align yourself to say that, okay, by this time I'm going to be here, I'm going to be there. Where is this patternized life coming from? Having established as to where we were, and you put together who we are and how many those little pieces that you are bringing them together and automating them together and nicely, becoming a bundle of things, right? You remember some of these things are helping you to shape your life. Some of them are making you to miserably suffer. And yet we don't want to realize there is a state that is beyond this factor that I brought. None of us are ready to accept the truth as it stands. Truth is beyond the objects, beyond subjects. Right? It is like a fairy tale, right? You take the kid and then you let him sleep, and then you tell him a fairy tale. A kid, I mean, normally they don't, right? They don't have a mind. They think everything is true, like that. This life is a fairy tale. We have made this as a fairy tale, not realizing that life itself is the truth. Life itself is energy. What does that mean? My mind, my intelligence, my emotions, my feelings, my actions, my impressions, my memory, my judgment, everything matters. Everything matters. Right? Whatever you are, out of these 6 or 7 things, whatever one thing you are disrupting, your reality gets disrupted, isn't it? If I am judging somebody, my emotion goes up. My thought process goes negative. One has effect on all other things. Irrespective of how much you try to control it, you cannot control it. The only way to control it or sustain it is to go beyond that. Then you cannot be exposed or connected to any of these things. That can only come with practice and with absolute awareness, that when you understand who you are, every time somebody says something, you get defensive. Why is that? Why is that you don't want to create a conflict? Anyone tell me? Why is that we don't want to create a conflict? Why is that we get defensive? Why is that we want to prove the point? Anyone? No one? So what happens is you try to get very defensive, and it will surely clash with the opinion, with someone's opinion, right? It can also offend others' feelings at times. And you get so defensive and aggressive sometimes, right? Even temperament comes out of it. When somebody provokes you, somebody pokes you to say some things and all, when you don't have that kind of intention or attitude, right? Things go out of way. It is such a disappointment to start to look at your own life as it comes to you, right? Why is this so many variations coming my way in that very moment? It's because my mind is giving me that flavors. It is racing 1,000 miles per hour and is creating all these thought patterns within me where I am not able to relax myself. I'm not able to be aware to even say that why is this happening to me? What is happening to me? Instead, we are so carried away that let it happen, let me go with it. It's like somebody pulling you to go do things and you don't have any say on it. As long as we take this into our head, our relationship with others are compromised, our lifestyles get compromised, we will never understand the value of truth. We will never understand why I need to learn about knowledge, why knowledge is important in life, why I need to do meditation, why I need to go inside, introspection. Everyone has only one attitude: I am always right. Everyone else, but no one listens. No one has time to listen. How many of us are listening more than talking? How many of us are even listening to our own selves? Can any of us say that, okay, I'm listening to myself all the time? We don't. What we do instead is we listen to our own chatting. The chatting, the chatterbox that happens inside about one thing that repeats itself 1,000 times, we listen to that. And hence life is always like this. Have you ever tried to go into that silence? Have we ever tried to get into that silence to accumulate that energy, become that energy? In fact, we also go one step further. In some cases, we scold ourselves. We say, oh, what a idiotic thing I did. Hey, what a stupid stuff. Oh, it's so dummy that I did it. I'm just a freak. I don't know what I'm doing. How many times we curse our own self? Where is that awareness? So when I try to bring this life into the picture of the truth, right? What is real? When you start to question this question as to what is not real, you will try to understand what is the left out is what is real. In this entire saga of discussion, what is the one thing that we have not done? Is we have not asked the question, what is truth? What is real? Right? We are going round and round, trying to repeat the same lifestyle again and again, life after life, year after year, month after month, week after week, day after day, hour after hour, trying to get a similar kind of an experience all the time, but never question why these experiences are coming my way. Never trying to understand, is there a life beyond the state of what my mind is pulling or getting, bringing it to me? Why is it so hard to learn the language of respect? Why is it so hard? Why is that, being patient is looked upon as somebody who doesn't, you're like devalued. You're not even recognized, right? If you're patient, it means that, people take it for a fact that you don't know. That way you're not talking, So when we start to bring this perspective into our lives, then you will be able to ask these questions. So knowing this is very important. Otherwise, I won't be able to make changes in my life. My life will continue to be in that state of suffering, no matter how much I accumulate. Right? How many of us are really allowing our body to recover from those cuts, those abuses, those things that are happening? All the time, diseases are attacked and defeated. Our planet, has temperature changes. There are chemical adjustments happening all the time. Our body is also chemically reacting all the time. How many times you have been assaulted in this body? Assaulting means don't just think physical. It can be mental, it can be emotional. How many times you try to suppress it? We don't ask this, right? So the attitude that you carry to support your life is where the question needs to come, is where you start to sit and ask yourself, what is going on in my life? Sometimes, once you have a very rough day, couple of days, then you slowly start to come to the reality or senses and then say, what is going on though? Last couple of days has been like so crazily, I'm running around. Why am I doing this? Why can't I take a breather and sit down and do that? That movement has to be there in every second. It's not like after 4 days you realize, after the days have happened, the suffering has come through, the miseries, the worriness, everything has hit you, and 4 days later you start to realize that, okay, what happened to me? That's too late, because you already experienced what you shouldn't be, right? Why are we not able to ask these questions? Because I don't remember. Why you are not able to remember? Because you don't have the knowledge. Why you don't have the knowledge? You never gave time. Why you don't have the time? You never understood the importance. The priority of life is knowledge. Why is that I need to read books? Knowledge. Knowledge. It is the knowledge that will shape your life. You are going to a 20 floor, 20th floor, and you're taking the stairs. Okay. Without the knowledge of taking the stairs, how do you go there? Either somebody has to tell you about it, or you should have read about it, or you should have known about it with your own experience in the past. Otherwise, there is no way you will be able to know that you have to take the stairs to go to the 20th floor. In a similar way, if you take that example into your life, how do I lead a peaceful, happy life? The answer is know about the truth. Knowing itself is the path. Because when you walk on the path, you will reach eventually. It is like knowing will help you to get there. If I don't even know that there is an option called truth, then life is always going to be running. There is no stopping. And then when you stop, you die, right? In that sense of life, if I am stopping, means I am dying. I'm leaving. Is that what it should be? Is that why I'm here? That I wanted to die? When I stop, means I'm dead? No. Right in this very moment, your life can be beautiful as you envisioned it in that reality. When you bring that perspective into your life, when you bring the truth, what is real? Who am I? Ask these questions all the time, not one time. There is also another thing with the truth. You have to understand that truth never, it is not like with the practice of truth, you're gonna realize truth. Truth has to reveal to you by itself, because truth alone exists. It is not something that you practice and then you start to see it. There is no achieving it. You're becoming it is what it is. You are already that. So when you are already that, what are you trying to do? You're trying to undo what you have brought to yourself, the miserable lifestyles. That's the reality of it, right? When I start to bring that perspective into my life, I'm more internal than external. I will start to think internal. Why is this happening to me in my life at this moment? Right? How many of us are doing that? Asking that question that, okay, what is happening? Why this incident has come to me in my life right now? Internally. Internalizing that question and trying to see what may be the response you will get. How many of us are doing it? Or are we struck with that incident and blaming people, or using the victim card and running around? That will tell you where you are in your path of truth. That will tell you whether you, that will tell you why meditation is called the way of living. Why is dhyana sarva roga nivarana, sarva roga nivarini, sarva bhoga karini, sarva shakti samparjini, sarva sankalpa siddhi pradayini, sarva arishtha vinasini, satya gnana pradayini. Why is that? So many of these things are coming by doing one thing and one thing alone. How is it possible? Because when you internalize those questions, when you stop blaming people, when you start judging, instead of looking for answers outside, as a meditator, you will understand the answers are never outside, the answers are only inside. So you introspect, shift the vision of reality. Your inner is making the outer happen, not the other way around, my dear friends. The sooner we realize this as a fact, as a truth, the easier the life is going to be. Our lives are filled with divinity. But today, we all say, I don't see that. Why you don't see that? Because you are in the ocean of misery. You think that you are in the ocean of misery. But in fact, our lives are full of divinity. Who will see that? Whoever decides to go inside, whoever puts time, has patience to go inside, they will see that reality. They will see that the life is full of divinity. Otherwise, you will see, I am in the ocean of misery. My life is miserable. Why am I saying this? Because I have not dealt the divinity within me. Other day, someone asked me a question, right? We were chatting about the reality of life and the seva. Now, the question was, when I do the seva, why do I need to look at anything? Right? There are levels of seva. The highest seva is the seva for truth. That which will not give you a body again. Which will not give you a mind again. The illusion of life is gone. You are living the life as it stands. In truth, in that reality. That is the highest form of seva. At which point, there is no that I am doing it, right? I am the one. The doership is gone. There is no doership. If I carry the doership, then you are carrying your ego. If you go tell someone that, okay, I'm going and serving in a temple, or I'm going to do duty, is my worship. You say that duty is my worship. Okay? Why am I not able to become that? Because when you are doing the duty, you still have that doership. You keep saying that I. As long as you keep saying this I, there is an attachment, there is a bondage, and there is a karma. That's it. You just created a body for yourself for next life by saying that very thing. So when I am doing it, I have to lose my doership In the seva, in the process of doing or serving, are you losing your own I factor? The doership is gone. When the doership is gone, you will feel peaceful, you will feel happiness. So whatever may be the type of seva or type of charity that you are doing in the name of truth, you are just false. It's a false pretension. You are saying it, I am serving the truth. But in reality, you are elevating the ego. The ego factor, you are actually, propagating your ego factor. Because in truth, there is no judgment. In truth, there is no discussion. In truth, the work happens at itself. Because there is no duality there. Work and you are one. So why don't I have that? Because I am not pure. When your mind is not pure, it will not let you do that in that way. You need to be pure. For you to be pure, or for me to be pure, what do I need to do? I need to eat wisely. I need to bring my senses in line to the truth. I cannot go wherever I go and do whatever I want to do and yet expect that my life will be contented, right? In the Upanishad, Narada asks, I have learned all the types of educations, that are out there, right? Anything that you talk about, any subject, I have the knowledge, except the knowledge of truth. So he asks Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara is the enlightened master, right? He says, Sanat Kumara says, right, forget about the truth that you are trying to become. First, understand the truth cannot even be brought into your life if you don't have the purity. The basic purity is you should know where you are going, you should know what you are eating. If those two are not in your life, there is no point in even talking about truth. You should know what you're eating, because what you're eating is what you're becoming. If you say that I don't accept it, then you will never understand the truth, because what you're eating, right? Where is the gunas coming? The gunas are coming from what you're eating. We talk about garlic as a non-entity, right? We should never eat garlic. Onion is fine, garlic is fine. Even my own family, right? They make a joke of it, right? Saying that, hey, you don't eat garlic, but we do love it. We want to eat it and all that. But do understand, those who are eating garlic, they cannot be spiritually motivated. Truth is far, far away from them. There is a reason for that, because truth requires you to have the wisdom. That wisdom needs to come from pineal gland, pituitary gland. Those things have to be activated for you to get to the higher state of your being. Garlic, when you eat it, it calcifies all that process. It will not allow for you to get to that state at all. So what you're doing is, by not knowing what to eat, what not to eat, you're far away from the reality, the truth, the reality of truth. I'm talking about life as it stands. So what happens? You're always in that second state of guna. You will never be in the sattva guna. The good deed side of it, you will never become. You will always be in the rajoguna, because garlic gives you that capability. It will push you out because it calcifies. It will not let you go deep. It will not let you sit. It will make you unrest. The body moves all the time. So when your body is moving, you cannot meditate. There is no way you can go inside. Try if you want. Go have a chuck of garlic and then see yourself. You will find immediately that your mind is outside. It's not letting you sit. So we have to know these things for you to even come to a point where you are ready to accept the truth. Understand. Forget about understanding. You want to even listen to it, you need to have the energies, right? Those who have the energies are only going to come to this session. Even we have so many in our own society. Why is that not all are able to come and be part of this wisdom of truth? Is because they don't carry those energies. Why? In some form or fashion, they are impure. That is what Sanat Kumara said. Forget about knowing, being, all that. First, you have to have the basics. It is like you want to get into, I keep saying this example all the time, right? You want to get into water and you are saying that I don't want to get wet. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No matter what you do at any given point, you are in the water. You are in the water. You will get wet. You may find yourself doing 100 things. You will get wet. Similarly, the lifestyle that you are leading will never ever allow you to come inside or come in companion to your own reality. It will never allow you to be friendly with your own self. It will always pull you out. You see your body as a burden. You see your mind is so unfriendly. You will never accept them as the shadows of the true reality. You are always running your internal wars. Right? We talk about external wars between the countries, but look at your own self. You will know every day you are waging war internally for every conflict that you bring up. How can you be restful when you have a war inside of you going on the moment you get up? Where do you run? You want to go to Himalayas? You want to go to some sanctuary? You want to go take some kind of other lifestyle? You want to leave your family? Where do you go? You have it internal. Your internal war is going to be with you wherever you go. Isn't that truth? So instead of trying to face it, instead of trying to look at it, instead of trying to acknowledge it and find why this is happening, what we do, we avoid vacation. Vacation is a beautiful way to avoid life's problems. Instead of going through it, you say, I want a break, let me go change. Change is not going to shift the reality. Change is still going to keep it, just going to postpone it. You're going to come back. Your mind is shifting from your four walls of their home to a beach house. That means that you have just postponed the problem. Right after you go and then you do your thing at the beach and you come back, you're back into that four walls. Right? So the more and more I start to accept this natural reality, right? What happens is you create that real freedom within you. So now the question is, what is stopping for you to be free? What is stopping for you to be in that freedom? Nothing. The only thing that is stopping is your attachment towards what is not real. Hey, I gained this, I lost this. Today you gained it, tomorrow you will lose it. It is meant to happen. Law of duality. Right? So what I should look at it is, I am in my own jail. There is no outside jail. My look and feel as to what I am is, I am in this jail. How do I get out of this jail? Is the purpose. You have to break away from your own prisons. Then you will know what freedom is all about. Right? The real world prisoners are not the actual prisoners. The real world prisoners are the prisoners who are stuck here. They are physically sitting there, but they are free. We are sitting outside, but yet we are prisoners. They are physically stuck. They cannot come out, but we are outside. But still, I am not free. I am stuck. So, why am I punishing myself? Because I'm not asking the right questions. I'm not willing to listen. I'm not willing to learn about the truth. Like the way you start to understand about God, about each avatara, about each scripture, about each divinity, right, or divine energy, Why don't you spend time to know about your own self? What is body? Why is body coming? Where is mind? What is the function of mind? What is the difference between mind and brain? There was a beautiful saying other day, I was looking at it, right? Meditation is nothing but grounding of the brain. Such a beautiful statement. Meditation is nothing but grounding of the brain. Why don't you ground it? Neutralize it. Meditation is neutralizing. That means that you're bringing that balance into your life. Why is that somebody has to poke you to say, hey, go do meditation? You don't want to ground your brain? You will have healing. You will have your health restored. You will have your nadis, right? The tissues, energy get cleansed within your tissues, right? Energy flow will happen naturally. Tissues will get cleansed. Hence, you also get to that reality of truth with all that. So why is that somebody has to tell you that, hey, for you to be healthy, you do A, B, C, D? They are not telling you to go take a medicine when you have a headache. You're just going and taking it because you spend time to know about it, that there is a medicine called so and so. If I take that medicine, it is going to suppress my cells. I don't care about my cells, because what happens when you struck and suppress your cells is the cells are going to create more karma. You're creating more stress in the system, and through that stress, you're suppressing it. So what happens? Over a period of time, that suppression becomes aggression, and they will start to come out, which will become a more bigger disease or illness. I'm not into all that, right? Where I am is at this very moment, I should be out of this problem. Hey, I'm getting headache. I don't want to know why I got the headache. I just need to suppress it. Do whatever it is. You take the supplements, you suppress it. Right? So if we start to bring meditation into the life, what happens is you are starting to ground your brain. When you start to ground your brain, what happens? Calmness, balance, focus, attention. Some of these beautiful things are going to come to you in your life. Some things that you have never experienced, the awareness, the clarity of thought process, right? The act of balance becomes your natural lifestyle. You know where to spend time, where not to spend time. You know what to talk, what not to talk. You know what to listen, what not to listen. You know where to go, where you shouldn't go. You will have all that real knowledge just by doing one act alone. It is shifting your reality from outside to inside. And inside is where the truth is. All right. So any questions? Will take 5 minutes or so if you have any questions. Today's topic was a little deeper, but if you have understood it, it's good. If you have not understood it, please do ask questions, because we are talking about truth that you cannot see, you cannot comprehend it. It can only be felt in that state. Any questions? Good. No questions? Then we'll call it a night. We will see you all next week with yet another topic. We'll talk a little more about getting out of our own prisons.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Masters. Thank you very much. I just want to make 2 announcements. One announcement is April 5th, we are doing an event at one of the government facility at Fairfax. Those who are local here, please do join us. Pari is coming to Virginia, and then we'll have a luncheon session there, about 4 hours with Pari. So please do join us. You probably would have seen the flyer in the in-person or one of the groups that you're in. And then just join us. We'll try to have a great time with Bari. And then there is an event happening, mega meditation, the mini mega meditation summit. Actually, the mini meditation summit at Stonehill High School at Virginia, close by to the Ashburn area. I mean, it's a Claiborne Parkway. Those who know about Ashburn, it's very close to that. So if you are around in the area, greater DC area, greater Philly and all that, it's still drivable. It's like 2-3 hours drivable distance. So please do join us for 26th. We have the flyers out there. Please do register. It is important that we actually are providing lunch. We're catering that. So it's important that you register if you have not done so yet. It will help us in so many ways, logistical planning, food planning, and the capacity itself. There are insurance, there are legal requirements from a school government facility perspective. So we got to honor all those commitments. So I appreciate if you're able to register for the event ahead of time. And please do share with your near and dear family members, everyone. This is an open, free event. We are doing it every year. And it's a great opportunity to get all the like-minded people like us to come together. We have a lot of folks coming from New Jersey, North Carolina. We have folks coming from some of them are coming from Ohio and Philadelphia. More so, are planning to join even out far there from Atlanta. So it's a great opportunity to have all the masters come together, and the plan is to do year after year, every year one time. So do join us. It's a great event. All right.
Anil, I have a question. Sorry, I'm a little late to ask, but
yeah.
So regarding what you said today, I mean, not like every Friday or Saturday, whatever we are, I mean, I'm listening to it, and then I feel I have to be in the truth, and then all that. But like again, I mean, I'll be doing the meditation. I feel I mean, it's all Maya here and all that. We should do more meditation and to be in the truth and all that. But again, you with the work and other responsibility carried away. Like how to be in that, to make sure every day. I mean, whatever we learn from Friday from you, we keep it all the week, right? I mean, how do we do it? I know it's not so easy as you saying, but it's like it's just like I mean, I feel like on Friday when I listen to you, I feel like I should do it to be in the truth. But again, like with the work and everything, we carried away. How to be,
I'll tell you an example for this, right? You are standing near a beach and you are contemplating and fighting yourself, right? In your thoughts, whether the water is cold or warm, whether this has rocks, this has bed, whether the beach has good sand, whether the water can carry me, is the wave small enough, big enough, is the water too deep or shallow? All these things are coming because you're out there looking at it. Instead, what you should be doing is you should be in that. Just go be in that. Then all of this is gone. So what does it mean? It means simple thing. Be in the truth. Try to be in the truth. Give the truth the priority, the attention that it needs. How do you do it? By remembering it. That's it. In this entire thing, the saga of my day, the most important thing that you should remember is the truth. But what is happening? I am remembering all the false. The unreal stuff is what I remember all the time. The real stuff, I lost it. So if you remember who you are in this context of it, so if that means that you got to put some, sticky papers next to you to remember yourself, or put an alarm to remember yourself on your phone, or write somewhere, a cheat sheet or something like that, do that, right?
Yeah, maybe that will take.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. Until you practice, you have to practice. See, that is the practice. The practice is for you to remember that you are the truth. It is not about you. You asked a very good question. The question is not about how is my life going. Your life will go no matter whether you like it or not. Have you have any control in your life, or do I have any control in my life? It is going to happen, whatever it is. It is meant to go. It will go. But what I have in control is for me to see how I want to go. Whether I want to be with that going, or I want to stay and look at or witness the way of its going. I have that authority. I am giving away that authority. Given that I am giving away that authority, I am suffering with that process, in the process. So if you're saying that, hey, I understand what you're telling, but I want my life to be peaceful and happy. How do I do that? Remember truth. How do I remember truth? Understand, remember, put it somewhere so that you can say, oh, okay, this is what it is. Why am I going into this thought again? Right?
Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Remember that freedom, right? A strongest desire that is bothering you can only bother you until you start to lose the presence of you. The moment you realize that strongest thought has nothing to do with you, you are free. That's it. Even the very fact that I am here is my thought. Isn't it? In this moment, whatever is going through in my life is a thought, is one thought.
Yeah. Good. Thanks, Nilkara.
Good question. Good question. All right. Yeah, once again, please do join us for the meditation summit as well as for the April 5th. And then looking forward to meeting you all there next week. We most likely will not have this Friday evening or the Saturday session next week. Depending upon how we are tracking the logistics wise and all that, next week, maybe we may have, we'll see, right? With the schedules and everything coming together, we'll have this Friday session. The Saturday morning, we will have to see that. Okay. But either ways, I'll keep you posted. Mostly I will do it if it is early in the morning, but 10 o'clock and all that, we have the main event. So we'll try to wrap it little early, the Saturday session next week. But tomorrow we'll have the Saturday session. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening and have a good night. Lovely evening. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Good morning, India.